Hi everyone, okie dokie. So today I'm going to be doing a much awaited stamping video. I am going to be using the Mundo de Unis stamping polish to show you how I am using it. I have got here, I'm using a base of Dazzle Dry, so I'm using Dazzle Dry's black, which is called Midnight Express, and it's number 705. I am using the Mundo de Unis, I'm hoping I'm saying that right, stamping polish, and in number 55, and as you can see it's this gorgeous bright almost neon pink. I am using my eBay stamper, which is the best stamper I've used. It cost me $3. Absolutely brilliant. I do believe Fabi Nails has the same stamp, and I actually got a replacement stamper head from her because mine is starting to split, as you can see. I've got my trusty Conad scraper, but I may have a new alternative for that. I've just received a product in the mail today. I'm going to be test driving. I'll let you know, and then I may well sell them. And I also have a fun plate from Fabi Nails, which is Fun 8. And I am not sure which image I'm going to be using, but I think I'll just make it up as I go along. Okie doke, so let's get started. So I've decided which image I'm going to use. I'm going to use, ooh, there's my head, that's not very nice. I'm going to use this one here, which is all circles. And I'm just going to do a one colour, quick, plain, actually I might do a bit of fluffing around now I've said that. One colour, and I might actually fill in some of the dots with another colour, but this is what I'm going to be using. So what I have done is I've got ahead and I've already done 2 coats of the Dazzle Dry Black so that it's completely dry and ready to stamp on. And then I have my Mundo de Unis polish. Now this is different to other stamping polishes. It's quite a bit thicker and you just don't need as much. I'm finding I'm covering half the image and scraping, so I'll show you what I'm doing. So I'll just give this a good shake. Sorry, I'll just do that off the camera. And so it is very thick compared to some of the other polishes I've used. So what I'm doing is getting some on my brush. Now these are big plates, these, so I'm going to paint quite a bit on this, so I'm just covering half of the image as quickly as I can. This doesn't dry as quickly as Conad, so you've got a bit more time to work. So once that's on the image, I'm scraping down, and as I scrape down it covers the rest of the image. Then I'm getting my stamper and I'm picking the image up. Now as you can see, that's covered amazingly, and I'm leaving it for a little bit because it takes a little bit to dry, and if you do stamp when it's too wet, it can feather and it doesn't look as nice as it could do. So I'm just going to wait for a little bit more. I'm just going to blow on this, so bear with me and I'll be back in like 3 seconds. In my opinion, that's ready to stamp now. So I have my black Dazzle Dry colour pop, and I'm just going to roll this on and press and roll off. And obviously it's not, I'm going to just... Okay guys, so I've just left this for a couple of seconds so it's a bit drier on the stamp, and all I'm going to do is just roll my nail across and lift off. And obviously I haven't done the top part, but as you can see that has covered nicely. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to add some colour with one of the other stamping polishes. So I've decanted some of this beautiful blue, which is here, number 4, and I'm going to just work quickly, just add a little detail brush, and I'm just going to fill in some of the black dots with the blue, just to give it a little bit of an extra bit of colour. And as you can see, these stamp amazingly over black. Now I didn't let this dry for long enough, and it has feathered a tiny bit, but not too much. So you just need to let it dry on your stamper for a little bit before you put it on the nail, otherwise it will feather. And as this colour pop is huge, the stamp hasn't filled the entire nail because it is so large. So generally your clients don't have nails this long when you're stamping, so the images won't the nail will be the right size for the images to cover, is what I'm trying to say. So I'm just covering a couple more of these with the... This is gorgeous, this colour. As you can see, this really does go brilliantly over black. Most of the Mundo colours go brilliantly over black. There is a colour chart that you can look at. It shows you what stamps over black and what doesn't. The majority of her colours do, and they look absolutely amazing. The pigmentation of these is great. And so that's what I've done, and I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to come back in and top coat it. Now let me just see if I can zoom in here. So I haven't rolled it very well, and I have missed a little bit of the image when I have stamped, so make sure it is dry before you stamp. Okay, so I'm just going to let this dry, and I'm going to top coat it, and I will be back after I've top coated. I'm going to be using the Dazzle Dry Top Coat, so it will give it a gorgeous shine. Okay guys, so while the other one is drying, I have, what do I have here? I have the Fun 8 plate again. I'm using this design here, the sort of mosaic one. So I've already stamped, and I've used number 24, which is sort of bluey green, light bluey green, and I'm filling it in with some of the other colours. Now as you can see, if you can see close up, I don't know whether you can see, hopefully you can. Ooh, maybe not. It's feathered slightly, and that's because I didn't leave it long enough before I put it on. So I'm just going in and filling in some of these little gaps with some of my colours, my other stamping colours, which, because they're so pigmented, they're just amazing over black. And I've got a little cotton pad to my side with acetone on. I'm just wiping my brush in between each colour that I use, and I'm literally just going in and filling in some of these more feathered gaps with a very fine detail brush. So if you haven't got a steady hand, this probably isn't a good idea to do, so sorry guys. But if you've got a really small brush, it's really quite easy. And if you just keep your finger anchored to your... I've got my pinky resting on my fingers on my other hand as I do this. So I'm just filling in a few of the little black spaces. Make sure I get excuse me, frog. Make sure I get the right colours that I'm doing. So I'm just going to add some yellow, and so I've just got a bit of yellow on my brush now, and I'm just going in and doing a couple more. I just wanted to show you so you've got a really good idea of what I'm doing. And the brush that I'm using is a 002 Master Art brush from Indigo. I'll link put the link below in the description bar so you guys know where to get it from. So just, this yellow is drying really quickly. So obviously if you are going to do this on a client, I would make this a feature now, because if you have to do all 10 fingers, this is going to take you the rest of your natural life. And it would probably cost the client a fair bit of money, because you need to charge for your nail art. Okie doke, I'm just going to do one more, one more yellow up here somewhere. And then I'm going to leave it to dry and top coat it, and then I'm going to come back with the finished products. So yeah, the yellow appears to dry slightly quicker than some of the other colours. So, so that is what I've done. I'll be back in a sec once the top coat's dry. Okay guys, so this is the finished nails, and I couldn't help myself, I did a smiley face while you guys weren't looking. Really shining. The Dazzle Dry Top Coat finishes the nails off brilliantly. I am going to do some of the Mundo stamping over shellac and over Andrea gel polish in the next week. As you know, most of you know that watch my videos, I've got a very large list that continues to grow with requests and also products that I'm reviewing. So please bear with me, I'll get through them as soon as I can. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. And because this feathered, the way to get around that, the one on the left, because it feathered slightly, the way to get around that is to leave the image on your stamper for a little bit longer so that it's drying off before you stamp. Because if you're used to using Conad polish, you need to get it from the plate to the stamper to the nail within seconds, whereas with this Mundo de Unas polish you need to let it dry a little bit before you do stamp, otherwise you do get that feathered look. But I hope this helps you, and thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.